And now we're learning that scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one.
Do you know in the United Arab Emirates, they make it rain every week? Once a week, they make it rain.
Literally
They seed the clouds.
In just 2 minutes, scientists here can take calm waters and turn them into a monster hurricane.
They could do what?
I'm manifesting all things good.
Money coming to me, money running through me. Tuned into the frequency, the bass, keep it booming. Feeling superhuman, I ain't never losing. Money coming to me in abundance, keep it moving.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. This is our 31 days of Halloween, and today we're reacting to some TikTok videos that literally left my mouth on the floor. The world is going crazy, people are acting up, and we got Haap creating natural disasters, which are very not natural at all. So we're going to react to these, and these videos are for entertainment purposes only. See you in the video. Bye.
Yesterday, and now we're learning that scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one day manipulate rain and lightning. CBS This Morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor at City College of New York. Professor, nice to see you. Extraordinary seeing Al Gore and Bill Clinton there together with Charlie, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, they did not get into this discussion, though. But it is fascinating. I mean, lasers, really, to change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
But this is experimental.
It's experimental. However, in the laboratory so far it works. When you have water vapor and you have dust particles or ice crystals, you can precipitate rain. It condenses around the seeds. These seeds can also be created by laser beams. By firing trillion-watt lasers, you rip apart the electrons, creating what are called ions, and these ions act like seeds, like dust particles, bringing down rain and even lightning.
Go ahead.
Well, this fascinates me in part because, too, I remember reading the stories that China had used this during the Olympics, that the USSR had used this after Chernobyl to create rain clouds. I mean, did those really work then? We have some of these capabilities now?
Inconclusive. Even in the 60s, the CIA used this to bring down monsoons during the Vietnam War, to wash out the Viet Cong. Governments have been playing with this thing.
Alleged to.
Alleged to, right.
Yeah.
Now, we realize that for decades now, these governments have been alleged to have experimented with weather control, but nothing conclusive. Like this time we're bringing in the laws of physics rather than simply waving our hands and uttering mumbo-jumbo. We're actually using trillion-watt lasers now. And in the laboratory, sure enough, they precipitate rain out of water vapor. Sure enough, you can actually bring down electricity down the beam.
So what does it mean for drought areas that need to have rain for crops, and if they don't have them, there's the consequences of famine?
Well, the bad news is if it's a clear blue sky, it's not going to do anything at all because it only takes water vapor that's already in the air and condenses it. However, for floods, for agriculture, farmers, for people planning wedding parties, football games, you name it, outdoor events and agriculture and flooding and even hurricanes, all of them could be subject to weather modification.
Incredibly interesting, Professor Michio Kaku.
Hurricanes are experiments.
Hurricanes was real too?
Good morning. This tank gives scientists and the rest of us a view no one has ever had before. What a hurricane's power looks like at water level as it storms ashore. In just 2 minutes, scientists here can take calm waters and turn them into a monster hurricane.
They could do what?
The wind is gradually getting stronger and stronger as it's coming up here, and it's ramping up to Category 5. It's probably about a Category 3 right now.
We use nature as a weapon.
This 75-foot-long tank is the first simulator in the world.
A laser could start the rain.
Pay attention.
You can almost use it to set it off. Matt Mills got into lasers as a kid. It's just innately cool. Now he's part of a team of scientists and military backers on the cutting edge of a new technology. We created a cloud of our own behind Matt's lab. A few months ago, Matt's colleagues in Arizona got this working experimentally. The next step is to get it to work in the sky. Particles in the air are rubbing together, forming static electricity, and the conditions are now right, and they just need to be triggered now. Does this concern you that you may be messing with Mother Nature and doing something that you don't completely understand up here in the cloud? I mean, I suppose that's always a danger, but we're not even near to the case where it could be dangerous yet, so not too much. It's almost like an on-off switch for a thunderstorm. That's the idea behind it.
Now, this is interesting because for the longest, I've gone back and forth with my friend about how the New Orleans flood situation was created, right? But that's because I've learned about HAARP, and which is basically a system that can create, you know, natural disasters and all that good stuff that happens in the world. But nobody believed me because it's considered conspiracy and all of that. But this man is literally a scientist who come out and says that, yes, they have been creating fake natural disasters for such a long time. And what do we know? New Orleans, the flood that happened that basically took out the whole town. And if those people who lived there were not resilient and fighting for what they love, for the place that they love, they would have already moved out. It would have been another Lake Lanier, you know, drowned the whole place and everything, and everybody would have moved out. But I've been talking about this for a really, really long time about the whole HAARP situation because I've learned about the HAARP. I've learned about how they created the energy and created all of the natural disasters that are happening in the world. And for some odd reason, they only attack certain places, not all places, but certain places. And also once in a while, they will attack the places that, you know, you wouldn't think that they would be attacking, like just, you know, the United States and all that, because they have to make it feel real. They have to make it be real, basically, right? But I've always thought that, I've always known that they actually created all of the clouds and everything. For example, when the eclipse was happening, right? I love looking at the eclipse. I got my glasses and everything. But then that particular day when the eclipse happened, which is the day that I actually got my YouTube channel started, there was clouds. When I woke up, the sky was completely beautiful and blue, and you could see everything. If the eclipse was happening at that moment, you could see everything. And then within like an hour or so later, there was clouds everywhere. It looked like, at first there was no clouds. There's no way that these clouds would just pop up out of nowhere. But then they popped up out of nowhere. Completely covered the sky. You could not even see the eclipse, especially where I am from, where I live in Florida. You could not see the eclipse very well. You could in certain places, but I was hoping to see it a lot nicer, especially because when I woke up in the morning that day, the sky was so blue, you could see everything, and then all of a sudden, like, the clouds just kind of started just rolling on. Like, why are the clouds there? You know? Because if it's going to be a rainy day, it will start off as a rainy day. I remember when I was a child growing up in Haiti, a rainy day will start in the morning. Like, you know that it's going to be a rainy day because the weather was just different. When you wake up in the morning, you see all the clouds, you see everything that was going on, you just know that today was going to be a rainy day. But when I come here, I feel like it would be like a sunny morning, beautiful sunny morning, and then you, out of nowhere, you just see clouds just started forming out of nowhere, right? And this meant confirming that they are shooting lasers through the clouds is very, very confirmed. Like, it's confirming everything that I've always thought about, because what the hell? Like, why can't we just let the world be what it is and that's it? You know, and I understand that cloud is a lot more expensive because you actually are paying for the cloud that are out there because they're creating them. So if they're creating them, then obviously you are paying for the clouds. You know how they say, do anything for cloud. Do anything for clouds. I like that song, do anything for clouds. I love that song. But it really means the same exact thing. You're paying for the cloud that are out there in the world to, I don't know, prevent the sun from coming out, or, you know, whatever it is, because there's a lot of people who are not meant to deal with the sun. They cannot take the sun. So therefore they have to create the cloud to cover up the sun. And also all the chemtrails that they spread hopefully my video do not get demonetized for this, but all the chemtrails that are being spread everywhere, yeah, it's coming from the clouds that they're creating, you know what I mean? So therefore they have to cover the sun because it's too much for some people, and therefore now they're going to create all the chemtrails because they have to cover up the sun. Anyways, the whole Haap situation, I've heard about it for such a long time, and I do believe that they are messing with the weather and you know, yeah, the weather. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
A billionaire friend of mine, who's a legitimate billionaire, told me that it's entirely possible that some of these guys are trillionaires. Some of these Middle Eastern guys. He's like, you've never seen wealth like this. It's insane. Do you know in the United Arab Emirates, they make it rain every week? Once a week, they make it rain.
Literally
They seed the clouds.
Really?
They make it rain. Yeah, because they're in the desert. And they're like, I don't like this. I like it to rain. So they fucking put all that shit that they have to put into the sky to make it rain, which they've been doing forever, cloud seeding, but insanely expensive. But they do it once a week.
So
52 times a year it rains there.
Now, after watching this video, the whole I make it rain, I make it rain, I make it rain, and this little rain song might hit differently because these people are literally making it rain, okay? If you have the money, you can do any and everything that you want in life, which is not good because if you have money, everything, what do you call that? If you have money, all of the world is near. This is the saying in Haiti, "Dès pour gagner l'argent, tout pays prêt pour vous." Okay? So the whole make it rain situation, like literally these people are out here making the weather. If they wake up one day and say, I feel like flood today, they're literally going to flood. I don't know if this is how it works, but if you have the weather under your control, you do whatever it is that you want with the weather. And we got people out here in the world doing whatever they want with the weather. So you might wake up and your whole town is flooded. And it means absolutely nothing to them because that's what they wanted for the day, right? And I keep saying about like how cloud is expensive because literally if you have money, you can buy your own section of cloud. Wasn't there like a time or in a place in Africa or all over the world really where clouds were falling off into like people's neighbors, people's backyards and, you know, their neighborhood and all of that stuff. And I started seeing that right after the eclipse happened because what the heck is going on? Since when does the cloud stuff falling down and, you know, people are able to fill the clouds and it actually looked like bubbles. You know, when you're making bubbles in a bathtub, that's what it looked like, but it was definitely not bubbles. It was real clouds. And people are literally out here making it rain because they have the money and they don't know what to do with the money, okay? Meanwhile, you have people out here, poor people, who are out here begging for some money, but you're paying for rain. You're paying for rain. Unless you really need to do something with this rain, why are you paying top dollars for rain? It's gonna rain regardless. Unless you're living like a desert, which those people, the Habibis of the world, love the Habibis, they live in a desert, you know, so therefore they do need the rain. But if you have enough money, you can literally make it rain, which is kind of scary to me and crazy because if, you know, I have money, I can do whatever I want. And making it rain is something that it can be good and it can also be bad because if you do it over excessively, then yeah, it can literally drown a whole town. But if you don't have it, it can also drought a whole town. So it's kind of, you know, anyways, guys, we do have people out here who are literally making it rain and they're telling you these things and subliminal messages that you just don't know, but they have to tell you that they're doing them. That is the reason why they're coming out with Haap. You know, people have been speculating that Haap is real, but we never actually believed that it was real, especially the people who don't believe in conspiracy theory. But then again, conspiracy theory always come to pass. You know, you might feel like people are judging you now and thinking that you're crazy now, and then wait until later, whatever you were talking about or telling them about is now a normal thing, just like 9/11. Imagine before 9/11 used to be conspiracy, and all of a sudden now, oh, exactly what the conspiracy theorists were saying is now a real thing. So just keep an open mind. Like, you don't have to go around looking real crazy thinking about, oh, this is happening. But at least you know that it's a possibility that these things could be actually true. versus instead of not being true. So it really depends on how you feel about it. To me, I watch them and I listen to the stuff that other people consider to be conspiracy theory, and to me, I'm like, well, this makes sense, you know? And then I just kind of go off of what I think, because to me, conspiracy, like the truth, is stranger than fiction. So it really all depends on how you look at it. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Have you guys ever seen the moon glitch in the sky? If not, you finna see right now.
I've never seen that.
Just watch the video, gang. Just watch the video.
Okay.
All I gotta say is watch the video.
Not doing anything, but we're waiting.
It's finna start skipping and jumping around and doing some other weird shit that the moon is not supposed to be doing.
We all know the moon is not supposed to glitch, so.
Yeah, okay. Y'all see this though, right? Come on now, bro.
What happened? Where did it go?
Come on now, bro.
These people
ain't no way.
Really good cameras.
Ain't no way. And what we not
go?
finna do is we not finna play like we ain't just see what we just saw on the camera, because we both just saw it at the same time. Yes, we have the moon skipping and jumping and doing cartwheels across the sky. You just seen it. After seeing this, it's kind of hard to look at the moon and not see the Death Star.
I don't believe the moon is
or think it's a spaceship or some shit.
I actually do not believe
I guess the crazy part is I kind of seen this shit happen in real life. I just thought I was tripping. Yeah, this just confirmed that. Let me know what y'all think about the moon jumping across the sky in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube if y'all want the exclusive content. Stay tapped in.
Don't fight me. Don't come to